This week, I wanted to address why we changed the name from Tao Buffet to Belief Buffet. One, using the word Tao, I realized was a bold decision. Bold because I barely understand what the word Tao means. Tao, T-A-O. It's hard even to pronounce. Not hard, but it's confusing to pronounce. Tao, Tao. Most people, myself included, have their strongest understanding of Tao or Taoism from the Tao of Pooh, which is a book that takes Winnie the Pooh, looks at his life and his happy-go-lucky ways as a way of illustrating the Tao. My understanding of the Tao is sort of the cosmic flow to the universe, the divine, perfect love that defines what is truth. Now that's a pretty hard to grasp concept, so calling something the Tao Buffet is unfair. Unfair because I am labeling something using a word that I can barely explain because I barely understand it. I also wanted to make these weekly ideas not specific to religion or faith. I wanted also to have them be about values and about being a good person and about addressing what that means to become your ideal self. What I realize is that there's many people out there that identify as being atheist or agnostic or certainly not religious or spiritual, and yet lead these lives that I would define as being highly spiritual because of the way that I view spirituality. So the Belief Buffet is about growing your understanding of the value system, the way of living, the mindset, and the understandings that get you in alignment with your ideal self. That path towards your true self, the path towards universal truths, love, compassion, understanding, fellowship. These ideas are not religious in nature. They're not spiritual in nature overtly. But I would argue that as your life becomes more in alignment with this universal flow of love, of compassion, of truth, truth defined as these things, this Tao, this divine flow of the universe. Oh, there I got religious again. As you grow into being a better and better person in the scope of the universe, one that is loving, one that is compassionate, one that is giving, one that is forgiving, one that is understanding, one that emulates many of the gurus and the teachers and the prophets from the world faiths. As you become more like these people, you are becoming more in line with the cosmic flow, with the Tao, whether you like it or not. You don't have to be a spiritual person to be on a spiritual path. And so that is why I wanted to change the name to Belief Buffet. Because you don't have to be a religious person, you don't have to be one in pursuit of religion or faith or anything afterworld oriented. Often people think that religion is afterworld oriented, and I don't think so. I think that religion is, well, I disagree. I think that your faith, your spirituality, your religion is the way you greet the world, is the way that your consciousness interacts with the world and perceives the world. And if you are pursuing being a better person in that world, being more loving, being more compassionate, being more forgiving, being more understanding, then you are on a spiritual path. We can keep that a secret if you want. You can still be macho and non-spiritual and agnostic. You don't have to believe in God to be a spiritual person, to me. We have so many voices teaching us what to think and believe from the day we're born that it takes this journey, this sampling of Belief Buffet dishes, this spiritual practice after spiritual practice after spiritual practice, to finally strip away all the things that we realize, that's really not me. I really don't believe that. And then just slowly start to figure out things that, oh, that I do believe that. That does resonate with me. That does feel like truth. At least until I have a new realization, a new understanding that changes that. That growth, that path of evolution from passively accepting your identity to actively understanding your identity, that to me is a spiritual path. I didn't mention God anywhere in there because God is something you define for yourself while you're walking that journey. Not to get all conspiracy theory on you, but the government, your religious institutions, any large group is not served, is not helped by you walking this path, by rejecting things that have been taught to you and finding out things that resonate with you. Because as you gain that strength and understanding and start following a truth that resonates deep inside you as opposed to external rules, you cannot be controlled by external rules. And nobody in power wants to deal with people who follow their own truth. Pain in the ass! Who would want that? The upside to dealing with all this hassle from the exterior world trying to keep you in the box is that when you are following your inner truth, when you are living according to the rules that you believe and feel to be true, then merely living that way is its own reward. There is a joy merely in being a part of the flow. So we changed the name from Tao Buffet to Belief Buffet to really open up this journey that we're on together. Open it up to any sort of idea, belief, value system, anything that will help us shed away the perceptions that have been handed to us and figure out what that set of beliefs are, what that spread of tasty spiritual ideas that fill our belly, that make our mind clear, that make it feel like this is what it means to be a good person in the world. And without trying, you will be walking a spiritual path. Belief Buffet is an assortment of ideas, whether spiritual or self-growth oriented, that are laid out with the option to taste it, see if you like it, without any pressure whatsoever. If you like it, fill your belly with it. If you don't like it, spit it out.
You only live once. Enjoy the color.